Thanks for tuning into the, you know it, the Muscle Rustle. And here I am at the Laurel Marsh Trail, and actually, this is the spot the lost turtle kidnapped me and threw me in my trunk and beat me up and brought me to the Shade Swap Sanctuary. So with that, I'll leave a link to the video below for that one. But as you can see, I'm wearing red today. That's because I gotta go to bed today, and it's Tuesday. I don't normally do vids on Tuesday, but I figured I'd come out here and get my cardio and walk around these trails and see what we can find. So with that, guys, let's do it up. All right, as I was walking through the Laurel Marsh Trail here, I ran into this young, nice guy named Nate. And Nate knows a lot about this botany and all these wild plants around here. So here you go, Nate. I'll give it to you. Maybe you could tell the crowd a little about this park here.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of different wildflowers. We just did a volunteer project to plant up that lot next to the parking lot with about 30 different varieties of native Connecticut wildflowers. Basically, they're the bottom of the food chain. Like Science 101, you gotta have the bottom of the food chain in order to support everything else. Specifically birds. Single clutch of chickadees, 5 chickadees, needs about 10,000 caterpillars just to reach maturity. Most of these are moth caterpillars that live on native plants and nothing else. You know, most things aren't omnivorous like we are. They can only eat one thing. And when something comes in like this mugwort, which is introduced, or the knotweed that they're cutting down over here, this is from Japan.
Where's the mugwort from?
Mugwort is from Europe. It's found all across Europe and Russia. Basically, you can find it anywhere in Eastern or Western Europe.
Oh, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the things they use to make Czechoslovakian grade absinthe with.
Oh wow, learn something new every day.
Yeah, so they brought a lot of stuff over for little weird things like that, even ceremonial things, but it's wreaking havoc on a wet year like we had in the last 2 springs. It just exploded. It's taking over a lot of the trail, and it's hard to keep people, cutting down and recognizing this and differentiating it from this, which is a native goldenrod, which is really important. A lot of people think goldenrods are allergenic, but they aren't. They have to have large, sticky pollen grains to stick to insects so they don't blow away. The only things that cause allergies are wind-pollinated plants like trees and grasses and things like pigweed and ragweed, which looks kind of like green goldenrod, but it's not goldenrod, it's an annual. The term weed is thrown around kind of loosely, or weeds. I consider weeds to only be true weeds, which are non-native, invasive plants that are hard to control and have basically exploded in our environment. Everything else, like a lot of people consider any annual plant, something that comes back and dies every year, to be a weed, but many of them are actually important wildflowers that we're losing rapidly. The extinction of plants is the fastest and most damaging extinction event on Earth today. Even the suburban yard, the lawn, is creating a large extinction event in and of itself because it's non-native turf grass when it's supposed to be, several dozen species of native trees, plants, shrubs, stuff like that. That's how I did my yard. I have about 300 different species of native plants. Anything that's not native has to be at least productive, which means at least when it's in flower, it's creating a lot of activity, a lot of nectar, a lot of things are going to it. But yeah, step by step, we are planting. Like I said, we did that lot over there. The Parks Department finally recognized it and got us a sign up about not picking the wildflowers, because as soon as people are done mowing them and you let them bloom, people try to pick them and steal them. I tried to stop a guy that stole like 50 pounds of mimulus and cattails and stuff, but if it belongs to everyone, it belongs to no one.
The wildflowers are very beautiful, but it is a shame with all the electricity running through here. Well, I must have to say, Nate sure loves what he does. He definitely has passion for botany and these exotic plants that are out here. like you said, there's a lot of plants here that aren't from the United States, but it's kind of cool that they're growing here. That just shows how diverse this land can actually really be. But thanks, Nate. You're the man. Well, I was gonna go in the water, but it's a little too shallow. It looks a little muddy, so I'll go up to my ankles. So with that, I'll pass. But next time, I'm definitely in. Maybe when the river gets a little higher, but you know it. You know, Nate back there was a good guy, you know. Everyone loves their passion. Everyone has something they like to do. And that guy definitely loves the wildlife. So with that, guys, thanks for watching this little small video. I'll see you around.